Skol Vikings family, I hope you are ready because the energy surrounding our quarterback situation just reached a boiling point. We have been waiting to see who will truly lead our offense this season, and a massive new update just dropped that changes everything we thought we knew about the competition between our veteran newcomer and our top pick. Is the front office already leaning toward a definitive choice? You need to hear this right now before you jump to any conclusions. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment your opinion below, because we are diving deep into this critical news. The quarterback situation for the Vikings is currently at the forefront of every conversation regarding the team's outlook for the 2026 season. While the roster boasts significant talent, including what is arguably the best wide receiver trio in the entire NFL, the organization recognizes that the production from the signal caller position during the previous campaign was simply not good enough to meet expectations. In response to this clear need for an upgrade, the Vikings have initiated a high-stakes competition between the veteran newcomer Kyler Murray and the former top draft choice J.J. McCarthy. Kyler Murray, a two-time Pro Bowler, brings a wealth of experience and a high level of raw physical ability that the team hopes will stabilize the offense. On the other side of this battle, J.J. McCarthy represents the long-term investment the organization made in the hopes that he could develop into a franchise cornerstone. This positional dispute has now moved to the center of the league's attention, as analysts weigh in on which direction the team will take. Brent Sobleski of Bleacher Report has recently gone on record with a firm prediction, suggesting that the Vikings are destined to roll with Kyler Murray as the starter when the regular season begins. The logic provided by Sobleski centers on the idea that unless J.J. McCarthy has demonstrated massive, undeniable growth in his understanding of the position throughout the offseason, Kyler Murray remains the superior option. For the Vikings to reach their potential, the consensus is that they need to make the obvious choice as quickly as possible to ensure the offense is fully prepared to operate efficiently when the games start counting in the fall. Skol. Why does this matter right now for the team? The decision between Kyler Murray and J.J. McCarthy is far more than just a training camp headline. It is the fundamental pivot point for the 2026 season. The Vikings possess a defensive unit that is positioned to be a strength, and with elite pass-catching weapons already in place, the margin for error at the quarterback position is incredibly thin. The team cannot afford a repeat of last year's inconsistent play, which is precisely why the arrival of Kyler Murray is viewed as a necessary tactical adjustment. By bringing in a veteran who has already proven his ability to produce at an elite level, the team is attempting to maximize the current window of opportunity. Every repetition in practice, every snap in the preseason, and every film session is geared toward identifying who will lead the offense. If Kyler Murray takes the reins, he will be stepping into one of the most quarterback-friendly systems in the league under the guidance of head coach and play caller Kevin O'Connell. The expectation is that O'Connell can replicate the success he has had with other passers to help Kyler Murray find his best form. While J.J. McCarthy remains in the picture, the urgency of the upcoming season forces the coaching staff to lean toward the player who offers the most immediate stability. The focus remains entirely on getting the offense to hit the ground running, and the organization is currently calculating whether that path leads through the experience of the veteran or the developmental upside of the younger prospect. This battle is the ultimate test of the team's offensive philosophy and how they choose to utilize their resources. Kyler Murray enters this competition with a massive resume, having thrown for over 20,000 yards during his professional career. His statistical profile includes 121 touchdowns against only 60 interceptions, numbers that highlight his capacity to protect the football while simultaneously pushing the ball downfield. Although his time with the Arizona Cardinals concluded under difficult circumstances, there is an understanding that the organizational environment in Arizona was contributing to those struggles. By placing Kyler Murray in the structured, quarterback-centric environment created by Kevin O'Connell, the Vikings are betting that his athleticism and arm talent will be unlocked in a way that serves the team's immediate needs. The comparison to the previous year's situation is striking. Some analysts suggest that the team might be looking at a scenario where Kyler Murray takes the starting job, dominates the 2026 campaign, and subsequently cashes in during free agency. This type of short-term success would mirror other situations where a veteran stopgap leads a team, while a younger quarterback continues to wait in the wings. This approach allows the organization to maintain a competitive floor while continuing to monitor the development of J.J. McCarthy. For now, the spotlight remains firmly on Kyler Murray as he integrates himself into the scheme. The pressure on him to perform is high, but his natural abilities as a passer are considered a massive upgrade for the offense. If the team follows this predicted trajectory, the focus will shift from the uncertainty of the competition to the implementation of the game plan, ensuring that the best available talent is under center from the very first snap of the season. The path forward for J.J. McCarthy appears increasingly narrow according to recent projections, though the competition remains officially open. For the former top pick to force the hand of the coaching staff, he would need to put on an incredible display throughout training camp and the entirety of the preseason. The organization has been clear that they are seeking the most reliable path to offensive efficiency, and as it stands, Kyler Murray is seen as the one with the higher probability of delivering that reliability. If J.J. McCarthy does not start, it does not necessarily end his career, but it does mean he will spend another year observing and learning from the sidelines. This developmental arc is not uncommon for young quarterbacks in the modern NFL, but it puts significant pressure on the veteran. Kyler Murray knows that he is essentially auditioning for the rest of the league while also trying to lead the Vikings to success. The team's choice here is not just about the name on the back of the jersey. It is about the internal trust in the offensive system. Kevin O'Connell has established a reputation for developing players, and his influence will be the deciding factor in how this quarterback room functions. Whether the choice remains Kyler Murray or shifts toward J.J. McCarthy, the objective is to avoid the stagnation that plagued the offense in previous years. The anticipation is building as the team approaches the deadline for finalizing these decisions. Every single snap taken by these two players is being recorded and analyzed to determine who will lead the team when the season officially kicks off. The outcome of this competition is currently the defining factor for the team's outlook. Looking at the broader impact, the decision regarding the starting quarterback position will ripple through every aspect of the offensive strategy for the 2026 season. If the Vikings ultimately commit to Kyler Murray, they are banking on his physical gifts and the coaching expertise of Kevin O'Connell to elevate their overall scoring potential. The transition of Kyler Murray into the starting role would likely happen quickly if the team decides to move forward with the veteran, allowing the offense to build chemistry before the regular season begins. On the other hand, the presence of J.J. McCarthy as a backup serves as both a contingency plan and a bridge to 2027. This structure suggests that the organization is comfortable with a year-to-year approach if it yields better results on the scoreboard. The reliance on Kyler Murray, as predicted by observers like Brent Sobleski, hinges on the belief that his experience level is simply too valuable to keep off the field, even if J.J. McCarthy represents the future of the franchise. The fact that the Vikings are actively managing this competition indicates a clear-eyed view of their current reality. They have a strong roster, and they need the quarterback position to at least reach a baseline of high-level performance to justify the rest of the team's construction. As the preseason continues, the division of reps between Kyler Murray and J.J. McCarthy will continue to be the primary indicator of the organization's final intent. Fans and media alike are watching to see if the veteran truly secures the job or if the young prospect makes a late surge. The certainty of this decision will dictate the tone for the entire team as they prepare to face the challenges of the upcoming schedule.